Hello. I want to talk about Doctor Who today because it's a pretty momentous day. 50th anniversary's just been aired. It was fantastic. I'm not going to be talking about the episode, so if anyone clicks on this and thinks, oh god, no, spoilers, it's okay, I'm not talking about that. But I do want to talk about my first experience with Doctor Who. As you can see, I'm, not to brag, but I'm still pretty young. So I've only known 3 Doctors, really. Eccleston, Tennant and Smith. And, I know of the others, but I've got no real link with them, if you know what I mean. Haven't watched the episodes. And, basically the first episode of Doctor Who I remember watching, because I think I watched 1 or 2 before this, but I wasn't that interested or wasn't paying attention or something like that. So the first one I remember watching, I can't remember the name of it, but it was one of Eccleston's, and it was the episode where there was a lot of people actually like this, but there was a little boy in particular who had a gas mask permanently fixed to his face, and he wandered around just constantly going, "Are you my mummy? Are you my mummy?" And it was really, really freaking creepy, which is good. Doctor Who should be creepy. And the thing I remember most about that episode, really clearly in my head, the doctor, Eccleston's doctor, had just worked out how to solve the problem, he was going to save the day. I can't remember how he worked that out. I don't remember that bit, but I remember with absolute clarity his face, his expression, his pose, when he sort of turns around and says, "Justice once, everybody lives." Such a good scene. It was such a good moment. So yeah, that's my first experience with the Doctor. And on the way, I went home for a week, and on the way back today, the M40 was closed. So what should have been a 2-hour car journey at the absolute most turned into a 4.5-hour car journey. So we had the radio on, and people were texting into the show with Graham Norton, talking about their experiences with Doctor Who, similar to mine. And as well as that, people were sort of just generally giving their opinions on various things. And something that came up a lot is, who's your favourite Doctor? And I noticed a surprising amount of people sort of saying, oh, whoever the Doctor is, they're my favourite, whoever the current Doctor is, they're my favourite. Because, Doctor Who's always going to be fantastic and they all bring something new to it. Which I agree with. Doctor Who is brilliant, and I've liked all the Doctors that I've watched. I like Eccleston, I like Tennant, and I like Smith, and I'm sure I'll like Capaldi as well. But liars, everyone has a favourite Doctor. My favourite Doctor, partly because he was the first one, and partly just because I liked the way he played it, was Eccleston. And I guess what I mean when I say I like the way he played it, it's hard to explain, because all the Doctors have a darker side to them, because that's just the character. But I liked the way Eccleston played that side of it. It's hard to explain. But yeah, I just liked the slightly rougher side he brought to it. It was a bit less goofy. The darker side was just a little bit closer to the surface. Yeah, hard to explain, but hopefully you'll get what I mean. So yeah, that was my favourite Doctor. And about it. I do have one thing to show you. I have a timed essay coming up, and the only things we're allowed to take in are, other than paper and pens and everything, are a bibliography that we can print or write out beforehand, so that we don't have to worry about doing it in the hour and a half we get, and one A4 side of notes, planning, on whatever you're writing your essay about. So here's mine. I've been trying to write it up today. You can see it goes all the way to the bottom, and then some, but I'm still missing all my notes for my last paragraph and my conclusion. So I've got some thinner ruled paper. Don't know if you'll even be able to tell from my webcam, but it's got much thinner lines, and hopefully that means I'll be able to cram a bit more on there. And I think that's it, because I've gone over 4 minutes, approaching 5. Do you? Do 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 do. Do we